Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, sir. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
well
it
done.
took me a while to
Ah,
get to that
ah,
passcode and all that type of stuff.
oh, so sorry. So sorry about it. I thought it was just to click on the link to join in.
Yeah, okay.
How was your break, sir?
Everything is good. Weather is good. I mean, it's cold here and snowing and all that, but
Yeah.
otherwise,
Oh, yeah. I can imagine this time. Yeah, I know this month usually when I come to the US. I come to the US at this time because of the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas.
I see.
So it's usually very, very cold, very cold.
Yeah, it's cold. So anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. So I'm doing great. So this year,
Oh, okay.
just to say that this year in Nigeria, the words and terms innovation bed, ICT4SIDS projects, the World Summit Awards has taken a final rest, and we're actually moving from one state to another. And I'm very, very happy to declare some state governments that are serious and are really hoping to take this project seriously with time.
Okay.
You'll get to know them. You go to get to know them. I know we now have started an incubation program for which we are encouraging that the governments should be able to promote more of the youth around them to get to be familiar with all these processes so that they can get back and help people in leadership so that they can actually, adapt and adopt all these methodologies, strategic planning concepts in whatever it is that they do in their administration. And I think they are taking it seriously. They're actually taking it seriously. So we're working on some incubation of getting some youth to train, and I'm trying to see how we can get very inexpensive education for more youth, whether you are in school as an undergraduate or you have graduated. If you have graduated, are you on a job? That is, are you a workforce of government or workforce of a private institution? Then, or you have graduated and you are even jobless. So the more interesting people are even those ones who are jobless and they have all the time. So we're planning that within 6 months, we should be able to put projects for them and programs for them to get them engaged virtually from across their states. So that is the concept of the incubation 230, incubation 230. Between now, I mean, because the whole essence was that if in the last 10 years, I have been doing some tech scouting, looking for innovation from all the corners of the country. And right now, we made so much progress in Nigeria, I must say, in Africa, because Nigeria recorded very, do I say some very good, laurels, within the last 10 years.
Okay.
Even though Africa generally might not be performing so well, because Africa on the entire diameter of innovation, ratings, we are doing just 6%, when Europe is doing 45%.
Wow.
So, but then we think that can actually not just be sustained, we can actually promote that, and we can actually try to see how we can scale this to other African countries where some of our other brothers are also on the World Summit Award network, and we can be doing all these things together to see how we can promote in terms of the frequency and quantity and quality of projects that we participate at that global innovation stage with and all that. And I think with what we are doing here too, it goes a long way to improve the individual innovators as well as improve the governments of the governments of the states, as it were. But I'm very particularly impressed with 2 states in Nigeria, and the very first one is Zamfara State Government. Zamfara State Government actually benefited from my program last year, and they are willing and ready to listen to this project, to adopt in as many places as possible. So we are very serious people behind that area, as well as Nasarawa State. The Nasarawa State government is also another very important state, and I think these two states are now a reference. They are not, funny enough, these two states were not even party to our project the last time. You know, that last time we had, that we trained people across like 10 states. They were not even amongst them. But then one of them particularly, and one of the students actually gave me an invitation to join me today. But I don't think he was, I think he had a program. But I think two other guys might join me like in 5 minutes just to say hello and introduce themselves from these other two states. So one of the former beneficiaries of the last project we did last 2 years into last year, is actually on course and talking to his government, and that is Edo State. And the Edo State people have seen my presentation, and they are also very particularly happy. So that will make it, between now and end of month, we should have like 3 regional governments in Nigeria.
Wow.
That'll be ready for us, and we'll be improving and growing it between now and end of year, because the way I planned it is that this new decade we should be on the field.
Yeah.
This new decade we should be on the field. I will get them to begin to create products. I'll get them to begin to regenerate products, begin to get some meaning to the word innovation, so that they can now get more prosperous by all the benefits and kind of collaborations we can now always subject them to. And I think that is the way to go. That in Nigeria, I'm telling you right now that Nigeria is actually ready for all these initiatives. You can imagine it took me almost 10 years to get this far. But then it's good to do the right thing, because it's not a project I want to just leave for a political show, And I'm happy, just like I've mentioned several years, many times long ago, if I were to make this work in this part of the world, this kind of a country, it has to be that you have to just keep your integrity, the sanity, and allow it to run in the humble way that it should be run, so that we don't just, get carried away, by politics and its fanfare and all of that. And I'm very happy that the 2 states I'm talking about are also coming from very disciplined environments, and they are also looking for how the project can be beneficial to them in the end. So I'm particularly very happy about that. Not like I mentioned to them, please just don't make this a political program. Allow it to just go run its course, and we'll have all the capacity to incubate as much as I can, or they can let me know that they can between now and throughout the year, between now and 2030. It will be an ongoing incubation to try to see how we can churn out people over time. But we're going to have a larger land what we had the last time to test this year, so that we can give it a better foundation and get more states to get the story and get to join us.
Okay. All right.
You now realize that we actually started very well with the Industry 4.0 kind of framework that we started with these other guys, because till today they remain grateful. They actually remain grateful what those things can do to them. And because I want it to be a very steady and consistent project, it wouldn't be something that we just do and they go to sleep. But I want them to be engaged and be having the thing to do, because this kind of this is sometimes we're not careful, it becomes too theoretical. But we want it to be, by the time we're having things to do on the field, this will be an e-consulting thing that I know that will be able to generate one thing or the other, which is actually the new jobs that they should be able to identify and be able to help out themselves and families and all of that. And I think for doing that, we must have done the best that we needed to offer the country, and that should really help us. For a digital society, it shouldn't be less than the way we are going.
All right. Okay.
So that's
congratulations.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Yeah, it's good to see all that.
And I was particularly also happy to share this with the Honorable Minister, the Nigerian Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Pantami. We actually got across to him and we got him to even call to open the event in Okam, and he did that, and I was particularly also very happy. And that means that from the federal government level, all these terminologies and these projects are also within their purview, and I think they should begin to see these things as things that can really fast track SDGs acceleration in the country. So from that office, so and they were particularly also very happy that they see that some people in Nigeria is doing this, and I think that's also a plus for me, because I won't be running for them forever, because I do run from government people.
Yeah.
I still do, but then I need them in the long run for us to implement by getting on the field, because we will need their support to help these youths that want to, want to really get them to focus the economy and help in nation building in the end.
Okay. All right.
We'll particularly be very happy for all that you can help us put together. And the e-learning portal on Moodle, for instance, we've done one or two things on my own, so that I can see how we can really, engage that level of customization and be able to use some of those services and engage them as much as possible. And from time to time, put up a program that between now and like June, I'm just looking at between February, actually, I'm looking at like last week of February till about June, July, we should be able to, because we don't want to rush it. We want them to be able to have a time for talk, a time for the lecture, and of course, a time to go do local projects that they are presenting something, so that they are actually practically doing something, and not just that to be so much of the theory. And sometimes I was even looking at our incubation to even be like a lab to some of your students, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I know there are case study scenarios that I know some of your students may want to interface with, but I can assure you that you can always have every aspect of any economic dimensioning or data, or experience, from from the operation in Nigeria. Yeah, I think I have one of the guys I invited just joining us now. Okay, I have one of the guys I just invited joining us now. His name is Abdullahi. His name is Abdullahi Abubakar. Abdullahi Abubakar is from the Zamfara state that I mentioned to you. Abdullahi, how are you? Just say hello.
Hello.
Yes. So,
hello, Abdullah. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. I like I shared. I told you I had a private meeting, and I actually wanted the leadership of your sets to that you can join me. I think I invited someone from Zamfara State. I also invited somebody from Nasarawa State. Like I mentioned to you, in Nigeria, these have been the two governments that have been, do I say, level-headed? I do not have to bribe somebody before I meet a government. And of course, you know how these projects have been. The project will remain the project as it were, with its sanity. And we do not want to make it a political program or a political show, so that we can really get at what we want to derive and achieve, so that the beneficiaries can actually have what they need at the end of the day. So that we don't want the noise to just be for political show and all of that. So we're just being careful and gradual. So with the 2 states that we have between now and end of year, as many states are ready to go with us, we'll push and we'll continue the cohort as it were. So I'm happy we have Abdullahi Abubakar, and Abdullahi Abubakar was nominated by the Director General of Zamfara Information Technology Development Agency. He was actually the advisor. Yeah, he was actually, his name is Honorable Tambura Yahaya Mohammed. So he was actually the senior special advisor to the executive governor of Zamfara State. And I was relating with him directly, because it's not easy on this project to keep too many middlemen. If you're keeping too many middlemen, they want to just get in there. They'll be looking for what is in it for them. And at the end of the day, they will mess up the entire project for you. And you so regret that, oh, what I've toiled with in the last 10 years, people are just trying to mess it up this time and create some bottlenecks of confusion here and there. And I think at this stage, any state we are engaging, we know that we are talking to the right people, And these right people are also ready to do the right things as we are offering them, and not just that they want to give a blue color or red color, another color, as they do in politics.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Very good to see you, Abdullah. And good. Best of luck to you, huh?
Yes. Thank you so
So,
very
how
much.
can I help?
Right. We're just right now. What I'm doing is that I'm working with a team that have been nominated by me. This team are my eyes in the various regions across the country. You know, he is actually one of the nominated. Do I say regional representation of this project for me in Zamfara State? So I am taking them through the program before any incubation can get started, so that before we get started at all, I already have a few people on ground in the various regions that we want to work with, and these people already have a fair idea of what we know, and they can help us in the local coordination for optimal results.
Okay. All right. Great.
I hope we actually also invited Tassir and asked him to come in. Okay, that's the representative from Nasarawa. Let me confirm if he's here. Oh, he says I should. No, you don't need. It says I need to accept his request to come in. No acceptance required. Oh, sorry. It says he needs acceptance. I don't need to accept you.
Yeah, I had to go through giving a passcode, linking ID, and all
that.
that.
Okay. Or you use the pass code in the invites. Okay. I think maybe that's the problem he's having, sir. Yeah, that's the problem he may be having, but I've just told him what to do now. Was this a problem for you, Abubakar? Abubakar, was it difficult for you to come in? Hello?
Hello, Abubakar. Did you have difficulty getting in? I think.
Okay, your sound
is not good.
Yeah, your sound is not too good. Did you have difficulty coming in? Because Tassi seems to be having a challenge, and there is actually no other thing apart from the invites that he has. Everyone has that. And I'm not even seeing him on the list that I need to authorize to come in, because it wasn't, I think that condition wasn't there. Okay, but then Tassio is actually another very interesting young guy. They're from Nasarawa State to coordinate. I wanted him to, because on the technical team that I'm actually working with, I need them to see the project as a very serious project ahead, and they should take it seriously, because it will depend on their seriousness that we'll be able to conduct a very successful incubation for whoever will be able to conclude with their people in the state. So I had to get them on an early induction, so that we can have a nice one in the year, as it were. I'm surprised. I can't even say, if it were here, I would just need to authorize him if at all, but there was no condition like that. So he chatted me up and said he needed to be accepted. It wasn't needed. That's you. I just hope he tries it again. Could it be his internet?
Possibly.
That's the challenge in Nigeria. But then we will surmount all of that because I missed all of that. We are talking about 5G in Nigeria. I guess we should perfect our 0G yet.
Yeah, we are 0G.
I guess we should perfect our 0G yet. Okay, he's typing. Let me see what he wants to say. Tasio alongside. It is you we are waiting for now. I'm trying and okay, at any rate, I think for some reason it says it kept trying. Maybe it didn't supply.
So that's all right. That's okay.
No problem. That's okay. All right. So that's the position for now. Just to let you know that the great success last year was that we were able to speak at the OCAM. I was particularly very happy. So I did not miss. I did not miss coming to the United States because I could do I could do my United States work from Nigeria over the internet. So that was
so you can do all that, your work sitting in Nigeria.
Oh great. So that's you eventually. Tassi, how are
you? Yeah. I am also used to these virtual conferences now because I just can sit here. And all the conferences everywhere instead of going everywhere and all that.
Yes.
Do that.
So it was particularly nice that I was able to be in Nigeria and I was able to do. We engaged that. I spoke, got my minister to speak, and I think they also gave international press interviews to some of my UN World Summit awards from Nigeria, and I was particularly very, very happy. And architect Sir Parito was also very happy when he knows that the project is still ongoing in Africa. And I said, we're going to keep the tempo. We're going to, for whatever happens, more of this. With the dimensions and how we're going in Nigeria right now, with the engagements of Zamfara state government, Nasarawa state government, and I think Edo state government, and the more that are going to come, like I said, we're not going to follow any tempo of harassing anybody as they are coming. It will be on a first come, first serve basis. So this will now give a reflection to every other state to follow. And I think this will enable us to scale to other African countries also very soon. And it will be a very simple ride. And I think I'm enjoying the flow so that we won't be overwhelmed, obviously. So Tassi, how are you? Sorry for your...
Yeah.
Tassi.
All right. Well, good luck to you, and let me know.
Very well. Tassi, how are you? Say hello.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, sir.
Oh, great. Thank you. Sorry for the whatever. There was actually no condition to permit people in. It was just for you to come in with that link. Sorry about that. So in the house, I have Professor Amjad Omar, the lead and director of ICT programs in Harrisburg University of Science and Tech, and he's been our lead project architect and all of that. So I know it was just an opportunity for me to share some of what we are doing. So in the house and in the private meeting I'm having today, I was happy to particularly engage my house leaders to join me, and that was how I just shared that with you. So his own name is Tasio Kwaplong, is that correct? Kwaplong Said.
Yes, that's correct.
So, and he's also the nomination of the Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State. He came actually very highly recommended, and I needed to just work on them to be the people on the ground in the various regions, so that when the program gets started, there would be the leaders to really articulate the intelligence of what we plan to do across their region, as it were. But then I must be happy to also share that their governments are easy to access. We didn't have We didn't have to go through corruption, which has been the main thing. And as you know, this project really desires the most conscience, the most, people with the right integrity for us to be able to achieve what we need to achieve, and at the same time pass the right information and the right upskilling education to the beneficiaries that we plan to work with between now and later in the year. So thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. So
all right.
Yeah, I'll follow up with you on programs ahead of what we are doing. And,
okay, great.
Share more of
and let me know, and I will. I will also keep you posted on what I am doing. We are also doing some very interesting projects. So
excellent.
We'll talk to you later about it. Okay.
Very well. Thank you so very much, sir.
Okay.
Nice. So please,
thank you very much. Nice wish you the best of luck.
Thank you
Amos,
so much. Thank you
for in year 2022.
Yes.
And Abdullah and Tasio, best of luck to all of you. Okay.
Thank you so very much. Thanks, Prof. All the best. Very good, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
All right, sir.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, sir.